I'm a lawyer and mediator, and today I'm going to talk about, is everything negotiable? Negotiation begins like anything that exists because of a reason and towards a destination. A lawsuit usually occurs when it is too late to negotiate. The court strives to rule all or nothing, victory on one side and loss on the other, although many times both sides loses. Courts are about efficiency, and sometimes that is for them more important even than justice. For that reason, the court a lot of times strives to separate the parties even before starting anything. They separate spouses, business partners, everything they can do. They first stop the damage from getting bigger. This is a temporary solution, and this prevents friction. But friction for a negotiator is heaven. The secrets and rewards hide in those places where we are scared to go to. It's critical to go just there. In today's society, most people will meet again, especially in small world like ours. They will meet together in social media, they will meet together in the street, in public events. And when we have Facebook and Instagram and all the knowledge about ourselves, we cannot hide anymore. So we need to face our fears. Even if you win a lawsuit, you will always be afraid to run into that losing side again. Even if you've been too victorious, because we don't want anybody to chase us and harm us. So to use force and fear to get to a resolution is not a good solution. One side wins all and one side forces the losing side to surrender is a very harsh reality. In negotiations, we use the disclosure of interests and persuasion. Remember, every party is free not to be persuaded. Both sides will win and win big if we look to find a solution that both parties will get more out of. Only if both sides are opening up to the possibility even that they can get more from collaboration than from fighting and from force. In negotiation, we must understand the meaning of what is being said and not just the words. We need to go behind the words. We need to look for the hidden meaning. In negotiations, one must be open, positive, and vulnerable. We want to go to the depth of things. We must say not only what we think, but also what we hear and what we understand. One side talks, the other side then repeats what he has understood in his own words to each other. And since not everyone hears what we say in the same way, our colleagues need to confirm that we fully understood the meaning behind their words. And only then it's our turn to say something, and they on the other side say what they understood and what they made of our words. And the reason we do this is we want to communicate a bit differently. We want to really make sure the other side gets the whole picture and even gets our point of view. When we meditate and repeat, we need to be relentless, fearless, yet patient and without judgment about what is being said. So biblical stories tell us and teach us about human nature. They give us other points of view. Every family negotiates. Even when you look at a cooking reality show, you don't deal with the stories of the food. You deal with the stories of the people behind the cooking. But in negotiations, we can look at where the people are coming from. We can have deep conversations. We can understand the thoughts. And in my course, I want to take you on a journey. I want to teach you about free will. Learning negotiation will cause the fastest change and the most radical change in the person who learns it in all parts of his life. For me, learning negotiation was deeper than learning law or than learning diplomacy or than learning sales, because we would make more money and amplify our achievements to make a difference in our lives, all of us. And we need to improve one thing above all. We need to improve our communication skills. We need to deliver the right ideas. We need to be more explicit when we're building a reliable and robust framework to our words. The right way to manage a situation is by preparing for it and making it clear to you at first, what do you really want in your life? When we go to court, we talk about what was, what we wrote, what we discussed in the agreements. When we talk in negotiations, we talk about the future. We talk about what can be and what could be and what we have now. So this is a much broader and stronger situation. So first, let's remember that we are in an ongoing relationship with, first and foremost, ourselves, and of course with others. Thus, whether we know it, we are frequently in a negotiation. We are in a negotiation with our children, with our parents, with our friends, of course with our spouses, and we are in a different negotiation, which is more brutal one, with our business partners, with our lawyers, with the people we try to sell things to. And my question to you is, today, is really everything negotiable? Well, if you take things as they seem, the answer might be no, because sometimes you ask someone and he says to you, no. But the truth is, negotiators know that negotiation only stops when you stop looking for a way to improve things. That is the only minute where you have stopped negotiating. If you look at no as part of the talks, it's critical to change the way that you will find a way to say no, and instead say, why not, to someone. When someone tells you no and you say why not, it completely opens a new conversation. So is there something that you could change your mind or the other side mind? And if there is, what is it? What is it you are feeling when you do this? Well, you feel the power of the negotiator. You feel the power of how it is to be optimistic. And what happens if you become optimistic and you don't accept the no for a no, you accept it as a way to start a conversation. You get more out of life. People have different opinions and desires. They quickly forget there are many points of view. It's very hard to remember people around us aren't in the same state of mind as ours, and even not as theirs. But if we remember this, it gives us an amazing advantage, because we know maybe today they said no, but maybe in 1 hour they'll say yes. Maybe something will change in their minds, and we have to just put the seeds of change in them. We do not have to win the argument now. We do not have to win the negotiation now. We need to get closer to them. So how easily and quickly it is not being understood, and that in our own life, and sometimes it gets us to a place of frustration. If your answer is that you need to learn that a lot in life is about planning, how to get the surrounding people to your state of mind, to your point of view. Have you ever considered planning for that? Well, it's all about being a negotiator. Steve Jobs designed and rehearsed for hours, and he was a fantastic negotiator. So people believed he has forces to change reality. That's what he said, what they said when they spoke to him. But it's all about confronting their points of view. We negotiate all day with friends, parents, children, wife. We give, receive, and seek the way to improve attitudes frequently. But we do this and we have an illusion that we are good in it. But actually we are not. My first question to you is, do you believe that you can prepare for a negotiation? If your answer is no, there is no use to learn this subject. But if you believe you can prepare and you can become better in negotiations, then I ask you to decide to believe, and then you can get the results you aim. Before your next argument, prepare and think, what state of mind do I need to come in to get more out of the negotiation? What state of mind do I need my colleagues to have? What does he know to become like a detective? I want you to test and see if you are more successful at the end if you treat yourself as someone that doesn't have all the answers, that doesn't have all the knowledge, and just sit back, relax, and ask the other side what he wants to get out of your negotiation, what he thinks you want to get out of the negotiations. Does he really understand what's important to you and why? And do you really understand what's important to him and why? And if you think this is interesting, then I will see you in my next lesson. I was Daniel Schlemmer.